our understanding, life for the blind population is filled with all kinds of impossibles. However, as Ray's experience tells us, everything is still possible. At 9 o'clock in the morning, Ray would ride on the busy and crowded subway downtown to work. Just before he started his journey for the day, he will get some preparations done. Planning his route using his phone is one of the most important steps.
就是其实我们也会用导航软件去看，比如说我要去一个陌生的地方，我是搭地铁转公交过去，还是直接打车过去，会判断一下，就是他会帮我规划路线，这个还是比较方便的。
Waiting for the subway, Ray will spend some time looking at his phone, just to kill some time. Of course, by looking, we meant listening. Out of all the ways to pass the time, his favorite was still listening to the news.
等地铁的时候也喜欢去刷，我喜欢刷今日头条。
When listening to the news, Ray will normally adjust the speed to pretty fast, so fast that we wouldn't be able to follow along.
大概能听出来一些词，
比如说，
我忘了。
OK， 好。近年来
Maybe this is one of their unique abilities, great listening skills. Many of you may think that escalators are very dangerous for blind people. Subway staff usually insist on taking them to the elevator, but Ray has his own opinion on it.
扶梯其实还好，因为首先比如说他上扶梯之前，他会很明显有一个铁质的那个板，踩到那个我知道要到了。一般这个时候我们通常会两个脚会一个脚前一个脚后的站，这样的话我会比较容易判断你大概它的那个楼梯起来的边在哪里，然后调整一下就可以。对，所以其实这个对我们来说就是很平常的一件事情，当然我知道很多人看起来会觉得很危险。
The GPS app on Ray's phone also serves an important role. In addition to planning his route to different places, it will also guide him to the correct path. Whenever he gets lost without any references, he just needs to listen to the direction he is facing, whether it's north or south, coming from his phone.
先开这边我要开导航看朝向，因为这边它是完全没有那个参照系的，而且是商场里面。
Sometimes, the sense of smell could also help when combined with GPS. Walking by certain kinds of stores, the unique smell of the products would often help Ray locate himself more quickly and precisely, while his phone only tells him the direction he is facing. The smell could actually help him locate himself inside the mall.
听声音闻味道，比如说刚才路过的柠檬茶，就是通过各种感官去收集信息。
When going in the wrong direction, Ray would usually correct the real-world route by stopping to correct the deviation in his phone's GPS app. In China, many old elevators open and close without any audio signals. For Ray, this could be problematic, as he often misses the chance of getting off the
但
elevator.
是这边的电梯它那个开门的时候不会像另外我们一个店那边它会有叮的一声，所以很多时候就会发现它开了，然后我没有及时过去它又关了，然后我要重新等。
Many old elevators in China also have another problem for the blind. Because the buttons don't have braille, blind people wouldn't know which floor the elevator stopped at. What will Ray do to solve this problem? Ray, using a surprising method, perfectly resolved this challenge. The barometer function in his phone. Audio readings of the values from the barometer, together with remembering the pressure value for each floor, he would be able to calculate which floor the elevator reached.
主要是看气压差，因为比如说你天气不一样，温度不一样，其实你气压都不一样，所以你要去看一楼的时候气压是多少，然后去算一个气压差。对，这是小米的智能东西。
After arriving at work, Ray will officially start the day's work. Ray started his own business and runs a mindfulness healing house. Entrepreneurship, perhaps even for able people, is an adventurous thing. But for Ray, is it even possible? Ray also once questioned himself, but still, he decided to take the step bravely.
就是我觉得可能去不给自己设限，也不拘一格，对，不给自己设限也不拘一格，因为就出来之后，包括变化也好，包括挑战也好，就这个就是很深刻的理解，这个世界唯一不变的就是一直在变这件事情。看得见的事情，我现在也没有什么是做不了的。
Ray's massage store is not like any traditional blind massage stores in China. Innovatively, he added the concept of mindfulness to the business, combining with psychological stress release and counseling to relieve anxiety. To do this, Ray himself also studied the internationally certified aromatherapy courses. As Ray explained, he created the shop also having the intention of helping blind individuals just like himself.
包括就是之前也会跟大家说，我们店跟大家不同的点，就是我们不会说像传统的店一样，它为了规避风险，就像刚才提到的残联，为了规避风险怎么办？圈养起来。我的店，比如说像这种店很简单，比如说拿一个房间出来做宿舍，按摩师在里面吃，在里面住，所有的吃喝拉撒工作全部都在一起。那这种模式下，就是你发现你没有机会出去让别人看到你，因为你按摩师所有的盲人都在店里面待着。对按摩师来说，他能认知的世界就是我知道怎么从宿舍去餐厅，怎么从宿舍去按摩房。除此之外，我可能下去楼下每一家买个水，可能都不行，大部分都不行。那对于大众来说，我看不见盲人呢。那我就想象盲人不还是之前看过电影里面和小说里面、故事里面的那些样子？所以就各自在各自的这种状态里面，所以我们也是希望，就是说我们不包吃包住，我们不会给大家限定说你在这里面每天跟普通人一样的上下班，一样的通勤，你只要走出来，你就有机会让别人去看到真正盲人是什么样子。盲人能点饭，盲人能叫车，盲人能干所有的事情，就是这样的一种状态。
Although Ray could not see, he still remembered to turn on the lights because his customers needed them. However, he often forgets the step when he first started his business. In the meantime, Ray also needed to complete other preparation steps. Using smart home devices and voice commands, he would control the air conditioning to ensure a good experience for his customers. In Ray's business, computers are also an indispensable part of his everyday work. You may wonder, can they use computers like we do? The answer is, definitely they can. Right now, Ray is using his computer to contact with customers that made appointments for massage sessions today. What may be surprising is that when Ray is using his laptop, the screen doesn't appear to be turned on. To us, it appeared as if he was never using it.
因为我们一般就是基本不用看屏幕，所以他们软件会默认的就是把屏幕直接关掉。所以一方面就是隐私的问题，第二方面也省电。
对，我知道，没
对，没事，我可以开给你看一眼，就是能看到啊，那这是一个微信的界面。对。
As Ray explained, since he doesn't need to look at his screen at any time, so more often he just never opens his screen on his devices. At lunchtime, Ray decided to order a takeout with his phone. Yes, that's right. Blind people can also skillfully use their phones to order food online. As Ray explained, he thinks that the innovation of smartphones helped them enjoy all the convenience that the internet and technology brought, together with all of us.
就直接点再来一单。好，然后下半部分点去结算，然后 啊，美团红包，点上红包，然后点确认，然后再点极速支付就可以了。
When talking about technology-related topics, Ray appeared to be especially excited. His use of technology made him just like us, and, to some extent, even surpassed us.
人工智能的识图已经做到了我们就是未来说所谓的可以找一个人工智能的助手，它可以做到，比如说我就站在旁边，一边拍一边同步给我讲解周围的情况。比如说，现在走在马路上，这边可能有车流，是逆向的还是跟我们同一个方向的？然后你现在要过马路，灯是什么颜色的？有没有车在走？有没有路人在跟你一起走？都可以做到。
Ray continued as he provided an example of an interesting technology that he found online.
我不知道之前 Max 有没有听过，这是一个棒棒糖，含在嘴里面，它外接一个摄像头，它会把那些视频信号通过它像棒棒糖的那个传感器，通过舌头传输给大脑，然后让大脑里面出现一些看到的视觉的信号，比如说形状、三角形、正方形。目前是有这样的一些科技的，这也是一个趋势。
When the topic of AI modeling, a high-tech thing that may seem completely inapproachable to the blind community, is brought up, Ray talks about a unique example. He believes that blind people seem to be able to structure a person's appearance in their mind like the AI modeling function in technology, which may be an exclusive and unique ability.
其实就也会好奇吧，包括他们现在不是说很多 AI 会出一些仿生的一些头像，包括去生成，然后他们其实聊起来的时候，其实我挺想知道是什么样子，但是看不到，我就只能去描述吧。但我发现可能算是一个失明之后的一个小福利，就是很多时候其实我发现我对自己大脑的修改功能会比较强。比如说平时我们可能普通人认知说可能比如说Max 就长这个样子啊，张同学就长这个样子，但其实在我的想象里面，因为我不知道你真正长什么样子，首先我可能会通过声音去套，可能会套在一个我之前类似声音这样的一个同学或者朋友的身上，然后可能又会根据我对你的性格判断，然后会去做一些微调，所以大家的长相其实会变的，包括我在我的脑海里面俊峰的样子都是会变的，包括太太也是一样。但这个其实普通人很难做到，因为它更所谓的视觉接受的信号对大脑这样的一种这种印象会更深刻。但对我而言，因为我没有这样的视觉信号的刺激，我可能随时都可以根据自己的状态去调整我对外界的认知。虽然很多时候我知道这个未必是真实的，所以我觉得这是挺有意思的一个点。包括之前我也跟他们说过，比如说到了一个新的地方，他们说周围有很多楼，我就立刻会想象出来一个周围有很多楼，然后楼升起来这样的一种状态。然后他突然说左边那个楼其实是红色的我就可以立刻把它在我的脑海里面把它涂成红色的。然后就发现这很有意思，就是你可以根据你很多的一些想象在脑海里面去构建一些画面。我其实有时候就觉得自己很有这样的一种能力，就是其实因为我没有太多的视觉的刻板印象，反而这会给我造成一个我刚才说我对大脑的修改的这种功能很强，就是我完全可以根据自己的想象去修改我脑海中的一些画面，而且它不违和，而且我不会有一个机制说这是错的，这是你的想象，不会，我会很清晰的告诉自己就是这个样子。
Although Ray has accomplished a lot, things that we would never have thought to be possible for them, undeniably, he still faces many stereotypes toward the blind group, from the people he meets every day. For example, he brought up about one time taking a taxi.
唯一只遇到过一次，然后他问我说：“你们会自己上厕所吗？”然后我说：“会啊。”他们说：“他说你们平时不会拉在裤子里面吧？”但是我的车很干净的。然后当时我就直接现场投诉他，我说：“你什么意思？”在他们认知里面，他们觉得你看不见你怎么去上厕所？你们会不会擦不干净，弄得身上很脏，把我车弄脏？当然这是极端的个例，遇到过一次。比较常见的他们会觉得说，你们的账会不会很脏？小心你的账很脏啊，棍子别把我的车弄脏了。那我说我拿进来我都不会拿账去碰你其他地方，唯一就会碰你的地毯。那大家都是脚踩的地毯，你为什么会认为我的棍子是脏的，其他人的脚不是脏的呢？我觉得可能也是不理解了，只能这么说。 滴滴打车，至少有10几年了，就是开放这个功能和可以这样做，但是我发现，在广州打车10个里面，至少有6个人会问你们怎么样自己打车的。
Ray used some innovative and surprising ways to solve the challenges in life. He works to eliminate the public's misunderstandings and stereotypes toward the blind group. He never gives up, repeatedly breaks through the secular set of various impossibles, and always heads toward the ultimate destination in front.
我只是一个普通人，我受伤了，我眼睛看不见了，就仅此而已。我倒觉得没有失去太多，就是
我觉得如果我变成盲人的话，我不能够见证我的孩子的成长，我看不到他未来的样子，是我觉得最大的遗憾。
对我来说的话，可能是就是风景，就是对于外界的风景。
对我来说，我觉得变成盲人，唯一就是最重要会失去的就是没有办法看到自己爱的人。